Miss Charles. As you know, I'm a big fan of yours, and I really love what you're doing with education and especially with the young people that struggle academically. I think you're doing excellent work in that field.
Oh,
I,
thank you.
I take notice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. So I guess I'll be able to share. At least I hope I can share. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so they just want me that you all will hear everything that I'm hearing. So are you all following? Hi, can you see my presentation? Okay, I hope that everyone can see my presentation. So this is me, and I'll be discussing enlightening the future. Our youth hold our future in their hands. It is our responsibility to not only guide them, but to listen to them because we are building a world that they will have to lead. Philip Julian, founder of the Heroes Foundation. It goes without saying, youth are the future, and we are all here this morning because of you, the youth. And I'm going to play a little icebreaker. Now, hear me out. It may seem like a very simple story, but it's not. It's actually quite deep.
The Ugly Duckling. A little duckling was very sad because he thought he was the ugliest amongst all his brothers and sisters. They would not play with him and teased the poor ugly duckling. One day he saw his reflection in the water and cried, "Nobody likes me. I am so ugly." He decided to leave home and went far away into the woods. Deep in the forest, he saw a cottage in which there lived an old woman, her hen, and her cat. The duckling stayed with them for some time, but he was unhappy there and soon left. When winter set in, the poor duckling almost froze to death. A peasant took him home to his wife and children. The poor duckling was terrified of the children and escaped. The ugly duckling spent the winter in a marshy pond. Finally, spring arrived. One day, the duckling saw a beautiful swan swimming in the pond and fell in love with her. But then he remembered how everyone made fun of him, and he bent his head down in shame. When he saw his own reflection in the water, he was astonished. He was not an ugly duckling anymore, but a handsome young swan. Now he knew why he looked so different from his brothers and sisters. They were ducklings, but I was a baby swan, he said to himself. He married the beautiful swan and lived happily ever after. The end.
Right. So the ugly duckling thought he was ugly, but he was just in a waiting place. He had the virtue of swan greatness deep inside. Greatness that was activated by looking up at other swans. So I think this says a lot about the current situation that we're in with the pandemic. A lot of people think that they're failing. A lot of people think the system is falling apart. But what we have to do is look at other places and spaces where we can aspire to be. Because nothing is perfect, but we are all works in progress. Because as you know, we all have greatness. You have greatness within you. To help tap into this potential, we, the adults, the leaders, we must be someone that you can look up to. More importantly, we should be able to guide you along this process. Everyone is born with a dream. To believe in yourself at a tender age as a youth requires a level of inspiration and mentoring. And as a minister, MP, and mother, I stand committed to be a role model to inspire you, which is why organizations such as the Heroes Foundation is so very, very important. Since the start of this pandemic in 2020, this is to the young people. I've seen your resilience, your persistence, your tenacity. I am confident that you will achieve greatness with the right mindset and mentors. I believe in you. The Heroes Foundation, they believe in you also. It's necessary to believe in yourself. This is the future of education, a system of learning, growth, support that helps and inspires you to believe and achieve your dreams. And when we talk about the future of education, we keep saying the future, but I want you to understand the future is now. Many, many years ago, when I did CXC, the most complicated piece of equipment that I ever held in my hand would have been a scientific calculator. I'm still not sure how to use that. And now I have a cell phone that has far more capabilities than the computer that we got to use in school once a month. So the future of education is the increased use of technology, e-learning, electronic devices, digital transformation, responsive education, evolvement of new skills, encouragement of creativity. And how I think is the best way we can shape this future: inspiration, mentoring, mindset, your personal development, active participation, networking, and sharing of ideas. As a teacher, I loved a noisy classroom because to me it meant you were invested, you were interested. The future of education, how will we get there? Everyone has a role to play. From the Honourable Minister of Education, Dr. Dolly, to myself, to your teacher, to your parents, and to you. Each and every one has a role to play. So how do we get there? The government is currently working on ensuring quality in education. We are engaging and listening to stakeholders, continuous research. We are focusing on putting you, our students, our youth at the center for a student-friendly, student-centered education system. But we need the support of your parents, nurturing and providing a caring and supportive home environment, conversing with you on a regular basis, exchanging ideas and experiences, encouraging you to follow your dreams, and understanding, as I do all too well, that failure is also part of the learning process. And how can the community play their part? reaching out to parents and caregivers, offering assistance where they cannot, a community can prop up. The Honourable Minister refers to consistently to the adage, it takes a village to raise a child. And we want to go back to that saying, and this is what we want to practice. And your village is a global village, but let us start in our communities. Let us start with NGOs such as the Heroes Foundations, our churches, not just our teachers. And what about your role? Believe that you have the power to achieve. Seek out mentors who can help guide you on your career path. You're never too young to begin, nor are you too old to learn. Have a mindset of continuous learning. Technology, identity, learning, community. We see ourselves reflected in the eyes of others, child schooling. New tools of thinking give rise to new mental structures. We must shape our tools and our tools shape us. Everyone has a role to play. We are all interconnected, not just by devices, but by our hearts, our emotions. Education is multidimensional and dynamic, ever changing. So, when we reflect on the theme for today, connect, challenge, collaborate, create. Connect with others, but connect with yourself. Know your goals, your dreams, your aspiration. Challenge yourself to learn and try new things that will help you grow as a person and push you towards achieving your goals. Collaborate with your peers and with others, working together and sharing knowledge and resources, building each other up. Create with your words, your voice, your ideas, your art. Let your creative spirit flow. The sky is the limit. We have only our mind to hold us back from creating a future that we can all be proud of. Now, there was a lovely link with Certified Samson that for some reason I can't seem to open. But the gist of it is, we are all in this together. And you are about to shape your future. And when we meet like this in forums such as these, what we are doing is creating. What we are doing is making a brighter tomorrow for Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you very much.